mind to help you start feeling well.
I have less pain, literally eliminate that pain.
I just feel better.
I can tell that my posture is changing.
Bright light in the day when we've done our workouts online.
Makes me feel so good about myself.
The back of the upper leg is known as the hamstring. The hamstring is essential for hip extension and upright posture. The hamstring is comprised of the biceps femoris, semitendinosus, and semimembranosus. All three of the hamstring muscles cross both hip and knee joints. If you have difficulty touching your toes while your legs are straight, it's likely your hamstrings are too tight. So let's take a look at how to loosen them. We're going to start on the floor with a foam roller underneath the legs. Roll your body forward onto the hamstrings. Remember, you can try different leg positions. While you press into the foam roller, you can use your hands to also pull the foam roller into your legs. To increase the pressure, press one knee over top of the other, allowing all of your pressure to go into the foam roller. During this time, you can also extend the knee, straightening the leg, and then relax. Remember, choose a point that's tender while you allow the foam roller to work into the muscle tissue. To finish the work on the back of the leg, you can quickly roll back and forth. Another way to work the hamstring is sitting in a chair with a massage stick. Simply pull the massage stick up into the back of the leg. Make sure the muscle relaxes. You can tell by how the massage stick works into the tissue. Loose tissue will allow the massage stick to move the bulk of the muscle. When using the massage stick, as you pull, finding a trigger point or part of the muscle tissue that is tender is likely. Remember to increase pressure in that spot and jostle the massage stick back and forth over top of the trigger point. Do not roll the massage stick during this technique. Let's look at an additional way to dig even deeper into the hamstring using a lacrosse ball. Sitting in a chair, align your body sideways so your entire hamstring is on the chair. Place the lacrosse ball under the hamstring. Using your hands, squeeze the bottom of the chair and the top of your leg at the same time. Extend the knee, then set the foot back down on the floor to create a contract-relax sequence. Choose a pressure that creates some pain in order to get the best results. After 7 to 10 repetitions in one spot, place the lacrosse ball in a new spot and perform 7 to 10 more repetitions extending the knee. You can also move the lacrosse ball further out towards the outside of the leg, working part of the IT band. Remember to select multiple parts of the hamstring, contracting and relaxing 7 to 10 times. The back of the upper leg is known as the hamstring. The hamstring is essential for hip extension and upright posture. The hamstring is comprised of the biceps femoris, semitendinosus, and semimembranosus. All three of the hamstring muscles cross both hip and knee joints. If you have difficulty touching your toes while your legs are straight, it's likely your hamstrings are too tight. So let's take a look at how to loosen them. We're going to start on the floor with a foam roller underneath the legs. Roll your body forward onto the hamstrings. Remember, you can try different leg positions. While you press into the foam roller, you can use your hands to also pull the foam roller into your legs. To increase the pressure, press one knee over top of the other, allowing all of your pressure to go into the foam roller. During this time, you can also extend the knee, straightening the leg, and then relax. Remember, choose a point that's tender while you allow the foam roller to work into the muscle tissue. To finish the work on the back of the leg, you can quickly roll back and forth. Another way to work the hamstring is sitting in a chair with a massage stick. Simply pull the massage stick up into the back of the leg. Make sure the muscle relaxes. You can tell by how the massage stick works into the tissue. Loose tissue will allow the massage stick to move the bulk of the muscle. When using the massage stick, as you pull, finding a trigger point or part of the muscle tissue that is tender is likely. Remember to increase pressure in that spot and jostle the massage stick back and forth over top of the trigger point. Do not roll the massage stick during this technique. Let's look at an additional way to dig even deeper into the hamstring using a lacrosse ball. Sitting in a chair, align your body sideways so your entire hamstring is on the chair. Place the lacrosse ball under the hamstring. Using your hands, squeeze the bottom of the chair and the top of your leg at the same time. Extend the knee, then set the foot back down on the floor to create a contract-relax sequence. Choose a pressure that creates some pain in order to get the best results. After 7 to 10 repetitions in one spot, place the lacrosse ball in a new spot and perform 7 to 10 more repetitions extending the knee. You can also move the lacrosse ball further out towards the outside of the leg, working part of the IT band. Remember to select multiple parts of the hamstring, contracting and relaxing 7 to 10 times. The back of the upper leg is known as the hamstring. The hamstring is essential for hip extension and upright posture. The hamstring is comprised of the biceps femoris, semitendinosus, and semimembranosus. All three of the hamstring muscles cross both hip and knee joints. If you have difficulty touching your toes while your legs are straight...
All right, it's time to get going here. So let's go ahead and run through our identicates. So we're going to be praying for Lori and her mom. Still doing dialysis 3 times a week. Ethan with a stage 4 liver and bile duct cancer. My friend's wife who was diagnosed with breast cancer, who's going through natural treatments for that. And then Sky Toyne, they posted an update this week about all of last week. So it was a really tough week. She's pretty much stayed sick. Antibiotics didn't make a huge change in how she was feeling. So I did put that post onto our Better Body Movement page, so continue to pray for her. Go look at that and see how she's doing and check in, leave comments, anything there would be fantastic. But they did have one bit of really good news that came from everything that they're doing. So they tested her cells again, and they're showing 100% take on the transplant.
Wonderful.
So that really reduces the chance of leukemia returning. So right now it's just basically dealing with the physical just sickness feeling that she has. So be praying for her that she can pull through that and be feeling well here in a little bit. I know that's got to be really tough on her family as well. Our verse of the day: because you are precious in my eyes and honored, I love you. I give men in return for you, peoples in exchange for your life. Fear not, for I am with you. I will bring your offspring from the east, and from the west I will gather you. Isaiah 43, 4 through 5. Let's go ahead and jump into our workout. Okay, these are some of the different tools that you'll need for the workout. And remember, if you don't have the tools, run and get some washcloths, because I think you've got those. Okay? And remember, if you have not, please do subscribe to the channel. It'll make it much easier to find us when you jump onto YouTube to see what to catch up with our workouts. And you can get notifications that way as well to make sure you never miss your workout, because it's important stuff. Okay, good. Small circles. Take them backwards as well. Remember, through our circles, we want to take the shoulders. We want to be moving the shoulders with that movement. Okay, so as my arms go forward, my shoulder goes forward. Really scoop, pull back as we go back, up and through, right? Making sure that we get as much as we can through each one of those movements, okay? So I tried getting Micah in for his first workout since his heart surgery. Ended up with war wounds on my hands. This is the kid's memory. So he hasn't come in since probably before Christmas. We started doing our exercises. So we typically have exercises that we do, and then we always finish on the treadmill. So he apparently has a very specific treadmill that he wants to use. We just started our workout. Someone came in and got on the treadmill to warm up, and he lost it. Like and I said, okay, buddy, we're done then. You can't work out. So we had to come over here, sit down, and make him wait. But man, that was tough. I was like, man, how does he even remember? Like, it's just weird the stuff that he remembers. But and the sad thing is, she was only going to be on there 5-10 minutes. Like, we still would have been doing our workout. So sure enough, he just couldn't handle that. I was like, oh, no, buddy, I really want you to work out today. But I gave Gabby and Jackson a really good workout. I had them basically sitting like this for as long as they possibly could handle. That was awesome. Like, well, it's never too early to start practicing your snatch position. It's like, man, Gabby would be a fun one if by the time she started high school sports, she was already snatching weight overhead. So a snatch is where you take a barbell from the ground, and then you go all the way up, and you jump underneath it. Ah. So that would be pretty awesome if Gabby just showed up to the weight room and started doing it. And yeah, well, yeah. Yep, well, yeah, Lauren's been training with me since Gabby was doing pull-ups in the backyard when she was a baby. We had a video the other day, 7 years ago, so 2 years, she would have been 2 years old. She was in back doing pull-ups just in her diaper. Like, yeah, that's it. That is it. So, I mean, I've always taught them, quality form, how to move. And Lauren's to the point they're doing, weight training for track. And they have two days that they do it. Tuesdays are optional, and then Thursdays are not optional. It's a mandatory one. And she said at the mandatory ones, they just make them do body weight work. Get ready to roll. She asked the coach, she said, hey, can I go use the trap bar? He said, no. Well, kiddo, just know that it's kind of a pointless workout for you. She's like, it's so easy, Dad. I'm like, well, you got to remember, most of these kids have no idea what a trap bar even is, let alone how to use one. So you got to train form first. Which, speaking of form, butt belly bra strap, get those really, really tight, squeezing those butt cheeks together, core compressed, and then shoulder blades down and back. Okay, making sure all day long Those are held in place. Good tight squeezes.
3, 2, 1. Transition to chest press.
Okay, chest press, so
3,
same position.
1. Chest press. That's halfway.
Okay, again. It is. Remember, good core compression. Again, anytime we're pushing against something, we
3,
don't want the back
2,
to be
1.
arching as
Transition
we
to
push.
biceps
So,
curl.
anytime we do this work, especially upper body work, you want to make sure that you hold that core really tight, compressed firm, and then shoulder blades down and back just
3,
as hard as you possibly
2,
can.
1. Biceps curl.
Good squeeze, nice and tight. We want a solid bicep curl. Making sure that you get good contractions, good squeezes. You should be fighting against
That's
yourself
halfway.
as you go. Right? If you're going hand against hand, palm to palm, make sure you think a penny between the wrists, and then you're pushing down to crush that penny, right? So the tricep pushes down, and the bicep squeezes up. So hold your position there.
3,
Firm, firm,
2,
firm.
1. Transition to triceps overhead press.
Okay. Then, after our break, take your hands and flip them over, right? Because now I'm working the tricep of my left arm and the bicep of my right
3,
arm,
2, 1.
which is,
Triceps overhead.
okay, so press, press, press. Squeezing nice and hard. Again, you can push through it, right? But you want to make sure that you're actually pressing as hard as you possibly can. It's not just passively going up and down. It's press against, firm, 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 and
That's
then
halfway.
allow some movement to come into play, right? Holding all the way through. Compress, compress, hard, hard, hard. Squeeze the butt and the belly, tight. Hold firm. You don't want to lose that. Core
3,
compressed.
2, 1. Transition to fly.
Awesome. Okay, get ready for the fly. Remember, hands out wide. Again, same thing with the core.
3,
Hold tight,
2,
squeeze.
1.
Don't let your
Fly.
back arch. Okay, we're not moving the upper body. Everything's compressed. Butt cheeks, holding the penny, core compressed, then squeeze those hands together. Again, doing your absolute best all the way through.
That's
Press
halfway.
tight, tight, tight. Again, firm squeeze.
3, 2, 1. Transition to pull apart. Three,
Okay, good.
2,
Pull aparts.
1. Pull apart.
And remember, set your shoulders first. Down and back, tight, tight, tight. Then you can compress that core, squeeze nice and firm, all the way through.
That's halfway. Three,
Again, re-squeeze.
1. Transition to hammer curl. 3, 2, 1. Hammer curls.
All right, get ready for those hammer curls. Again, stay tall and tight.
That's halfway.
Pressing that core, holding those shoulders. Again, re-squeezing, right? So hold your pelvis in place by squeezing your butt cheeks together tight. Compress that core like you're gonna get punched in the stomach.
3,
And squeeze.
2, 1. Transition to tricep press down.
Tricep press downs. Last one this round. Shoulder blades down and back. Hold them there, even while you extend your elbows.
3, 2, 1. Tricep press down.
That obviously is with a band, but if you're using a towel, again, drive apart like you're trying to rip the towel in half. Very good. Tall and tight. Core compressed. Shoulders
That's
down and back. Okay, doing your best all the way through.
Three, 2,
Good,
1.
good.
Rest.
Awesome. Long rest. Grab a drink, and then we will get going again. Remember, shoulder blades down and back, core compressed through the whole thing. But if you want to be training neurological components, so the brain connecting to your body tissue or your muscle tissue, making sure that it's working, that's slow control.
That's halfway.
Just every pull, really slow, hold for a couple seconds, and then go back. Right? That's a slow, controlled movement. You can be doing strength training where we increase the resistance, or you can do a cardio train where we increase repetitions. Okay? If you want to do what we call a calorie burn, you can increase strength
3,
and resistance,
2,
or resistance
1.
and reps.
Get ready to row.
Right? It's going to make it much, much harder. You're going to burn a lot more energy in your body by doing more resistance and more repetitions.
3,
However, don't lose your
2,
form.
1. Row.
And always stay within the means of your form. You can get to the borders of it, you can challenge it, but don't jump way outside of that border or that boundary and end up getting injured. That would be no good. No good. Okay, again, core compressed,
That's halfway.
nice and tight. Shoulder blades down and back. Squeeze firm.
Three, 2,
Good.
1. Transition to chest press.
Okay, here we go. Good chest presses. Again, core compressed first. Tight, tight, tight.
3,
Then set those
2,
shoulders
1.
and
Chest
create a good
press.
push. Core and shoulders. Core and shoulders. Reset, reset. Tight squeeze.
That's halfway.
Your best all the way through. Compress tight, tight, tight. Hold nice and firm, ladies.
3, 2, 1.
Good.
Transition to biceps curl.
All right, bicep curls.
Three, 2, 1. Biceps curl.
Okay, again, as you do these, compress against yourself. Drive hard, hard, hard. Pushing down and pulling up. Okay, squeeze firm. Should create a little bit of a shake if you're doing this right. Okay, good
That's
squeezes.
halfway.
Good squeezes. Okay, switch hands if you have an individual band. Let's just keep working through it. Firm, firm, firm. All the way, ladies. All the way.
3, 2,
Good.
1. Transition to triceps overhead press.
Okay, triceps up overhead.
3,
Here we
2,
go.
1. Triceps overhead.
Good. Again, shoulders out of the ears. Trying to keep those down even if your hands are up. Right? So again, core compressed, hold tight. Don't lose that. Squeeze firm, firm,
That's
firm.
halfway.
All the way through. All the way.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to fly.
Good, good, good.
Three,
Here we go.
2,
Good flies.
1. Fly.
Again, nothing should change in the low back or the hips. Those should be tight, right? Butt and belly. So we're not hanging out like this. We want to squeeze the butt and belly, and it pulls our hips underneath our torso. Okay, hold tight.
That's
Hold
halfway.
tight. Good compression. Again, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. All the way through. Your
Three,
absolute
2,
best.
1. Transition to pull apart.
Good. Okay, pull apart. Remember, if your shoulders
2,
are, we want the
1.
shoulders down and back.
Pull apart.
Good, good, good. Core compress. Shoulder blades, shoulder blades, shoulder blades. Squeeze, squeeze. Nice and tight.
That's halfway.
Again, butt, belly, bra strap. Squeeze them. Tight, tight, tight. Almost there. Again, we do not want to see the shoulders in our peripheral vision. You got to pull those down and back
3,
as
2,
far as you can.
1. Transition to hammer curl.
Good. Hey, hammer curls, thumbs up. I just like this one.
3,
Is this your
2,
favorite exercise?
1.
2 thumbs
Hammer
up.
curls.
Good. Stay tall and tight. Core compressed. Okay, squeeze those glutes really firm. Compress, compress, compress. Just as much as you possibly can. Hold firm, firm, firm.
That's halfway.
Again, squeeze tight. All the way through. Firm compression.
3, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down.
Awesome. Okay, tricep press down. Step back lunge. So again, stay nice and tall. Squeeze those glutes
3,
together tight.
2,
Then create your
1.
press down.
Tricep press down.
Again, re-squeeze the core, compress it, shoulders, shoulders, shoulders. Set in place. Do your absolute best all the way through.
That's halfway.
Good, tight squeeze. And recompress the core. Tight, tight, tight. Okay, almost there. Doing your best all the way through.
3,
Awesome.
2, 1. Rest.
Good. All right, so back to the long rest. Again, get a drink and then make up your mind. What are you doing this round, right? Round 3. Are you going to go slow and controlled for neurological control? Are you going to be doing some strength training, trying to increase resistance, or are you going to try to increase repetitions?
That's
Okay.
halfway.
Or you might just love it enough that you increase strength and resistance and repetitions. Right? The more weight and the faster you move, the more difficult the exercise is. Right? The more muscle activation we're going to see, the more energy your body burns.
3, 2, 1. Get ready to row.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Row.
So as we're rowing, again, if I'm standing against a wall, I want to pull my shoulder blades down and back as far as I can, right? So I squeeze to the wall, and I drive my elbows towards my butt, right? That's going to help me get that tall posture out of my shoulders,
That's
and
halfway.
then I don't have to worry about rolling over, slumping down. Pull up, make the muscle work. So no matter what, gravity works, so you might as well fight against it.
3,
Unless you're an
2,
astronaut.
1. Transition to chest press.
But it's funny, actually. You know, you'd think your joints and everything would do better if you had no compression on them because of gravity. But we know our
3,
bodies are not made for
2,
that because
1.
they found out
Chest
early on
press.
with astronauts who were out of, like, in space for a year. They didn't have any compression or resistive force against their joints, so they'd come back and their bone density would be so much lower because they didn't have that pressure going through their bones. So joints and
That's
bones
halfway.
were really, really taking a toll. So they actually developed treadmills that have bungee cords, so they could actually walk with resistance and pressure going through their joints. So our bodies are made to be stronger, tolerating that joint, but we have to hold our
1.
bodies in those
Transition
positions.
to biceps curl.
God is an interesting creator. You know? I mean, we weren't designed to be weightless.
3, 2, 1. Biceps curl.
Okay, good bicep curls. Get the core compressed, squeeze really, really tight. Hold a penny between those butt cheeks. Again, if you're fighting against yourself, make sure you're going hard, hard, hard. Driving up with your bicep and pressing down
That's
with your
halfway.
tricep. Fighting yourself as hard as you possibly can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Again, we're not messing up our shoulders. We want to hold our shoulders in place and squeeze all the way through.
3, 2,
Good.
1. Transition to triceps overhead press.
Okay, triceps overhead.
3, 2, 1. Triceps overhead.
Again, recompress that core, shoulder blades down and back, out of those ears. Squeeze tight, tight, tight. Core compressed, firm. Think you're getting
That's
punched in the
halfway.
stomach. Right? Tight, tight, tight. Do your absolute best all the way through. Good. Again,
3,
recompress.
2, 1. Transition to flies.
Okay, flies. Remember, on your flies, we don't want to be arching our back when we squeeze. Okay, so if I go to press and my back is moving,
2,
right, that's
1.
not helpful.
Fly.
Right? We want to really focus on the chest squeezing, but also maintaining a tucked pelvis and pushing the whole body through that squeeze. Okay? Again, the farther your feet are from the wall or whatever you're using, you can use countertops, right? Something to be able to
That's
squeeze
halfway.
that chest together. The farther your feet are away from that, the more difficult it is. Squeeze tight, tight, tight. Again, hold firm, firm, firm.
3, 2, 1. Transition to pull apart.
Awesome. Okay, go to the pull apart. Remember, sit tall, shoulder blades down and back.
3, 2, 1. Pull apart.
Good squeeze. Again, reset the shoulders down and back in place. We want to make sure your lats down your ribs, the low back of your ribs, are pulling the shoulders
That's
out of the
halfway.
ears and behind you. Okay, all the while, core is compressed, glutes are tight. Hold nice and firm. Good, good, good.
3, 2, 1. Transition to hammer curl.
Good. Okay, hammer curls. Again, set yourself up nice and tall, tight. Remember, recompress that core.
3, 2,
So everything we did for Monday applies
Hammer
today.
curls.
Okay. Shoulders set in place, core tight. Don't want that spine moving, especially as we add pressures, right? That's the big thing. When I go to curl, I'm adding pressure that's pulling me down, right? So you have to fight even harder against that pressure.
That's
Core
halfway.
tight. Firm squeeze. Again, your absolute best all the way through. Press and squeeze.
3,
Tight, tight,
2,
tight.
1. Transition to tricep press down.
Awesome. Good, tricep press down.
Three, 2, 1. Tricep press down.
Again, re-squeeze the core, compress those glutes, get shoulder blades down and back. So you should be always reminding yourself of that as you create the movements that you're doing. Squeeze and hold a penny between your butt cheeks.
That's halfway.
Rest your core like you're about to get punched. Shoulders down and back. Okay, by the time I get to my shoulders, I have to go back down and say, oh yeah, my butt, squeeze. My belly, squeeze. Shoulders, squeeze. Right? So keep looping through those. Re-squeeze,
3,
re-squeeze.
2, 1. Rest.
Awesome. Is that 3 already? I think that's the third. One more to go. Okay, almost there. Remember, pick what works for you and what you need most. If you just notice that your body's not connecting very well and you don't understand the positions that we're in, move slow and controlled. If you want to
That's
increase
halfway.
resistance, that will increase strength. If you increase repetitions, that's going to be more of a cardio output. If you want to increase calories burned, that's going to be increasing resistance and repetitions. Do your absolute best through that.
3, 2, 1. Get ready to row. Three, 2, 1. Row.
Good rows, nice and strong. Compress, compress, compress as tight as you possibly can. And again, always going back to, and if you're going, if you want to move a little quicker, 1, 2,
That's
3,
halfway.
reset the butt, the belly, and the bra strap. 1, 2, 3, make sure they're all set. 1, 2, 3, right? It's going to be really beneficial to make sure all of those are set before you create the movements that you're trying to create. Especially if we're increasing
3,
speed.
2,
So easy to forget
1.
those as we
Transition
increase
to
speed.
chest press.
Do your best. Rotate around for that chest press. Again, as you push, right, we want to
3,
fold those shoulder blades
2,
down and
1.
back as much as we
Chest
possibly
press.
can. Good, good, good. Again, core core compressed, squeeze nice and tight
That's
all the way
halfway.
through. Again, set your shoulder blades down and back, firm, firm, firm. Again, doing your best. Contract and control that core. Okay, so no matter what movement we make, this should still stay tight.
3, 2, 1. Transition to biceps curl.
Good.
3, 2, 1. Biceps curl.
Good bicep curls. And again, you're fighting against yourself. Make sure you're fighting hard. Drive, squeeze, crush that penny nice and flat. Doing your absolute best. Crush it out.
That's halfway.
Good, good, good. Again, go back to your core compression, tight glutes, firm squeeze. Very good.
3, 2, 1. Transition to triceps overhead press.
Awesome. Triceps up overhead. Again, remember, bent elbow, straight elbow, but you want to be driving through your shoulder blades down and back.
1. Triceps overhead.
Again, your absolute best through the movement. Again, contract, control that core. Firm, tight squeeze. Very good.
That's halfway.
Awesome. Almost there. Then go back into, compress the core, tuck the glutes, right? Squeeze. Bulls should be tight. Compress, compress. Do your best.
3,
Do
2,
your best to
1.
compress.
Transition to fly.
It's all right. I'm a nerd. I know it. Excuse me.
3, 2, 1. Fly.
Arms out wide. Press that core. Squeeze those glutes. Good, tight compression.
That's halfway.
Again, shoulder blades down, back, down, back. Press, firm, firm, firm. Squeeze those glutes nice and tight.
Three, 2, 1.
Awesome.
Transition to pull apart.
Very good. Okay, pull apart.
Three, 2, 1. Pull apart.
Again, shoulder blades down and back. Compress that core as tight as you possibly can. Glutes on firm. Squeeze tight, tight, tight. And then create your rotation or your pull apart. You want to be squeezing firm, firm, firm all the
That's
way through.
halfway.
All the way through. Great. Good tight compression. Stay tall, tall, tall through your spine. Okay, doing your best all the way through this round. Woo! Woo!
3, 2, 1.
Huh? Huh?
Transition to hammer.
Oh, we like to
curl.
have a good time around here. All right, here we go. Good hammer curls and then
3,
tricep presses, and then
2,
we're all done.
1. Hammer curls.
Again, remember, if you're fighting against yourself, pull hard. Drive all the way through it. Stay nice and tall and tight. Tall and tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nice and firm.
That's halfway.
Good. Core compressed. Firm, 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 firm. Very good. Hold tight. Re-squeeze. Butt, belly, bra strap. And then fight
3,
yourself as much as you
2,
can.
1. Transition to tricep press down.
Awesome. Okay, tricep press down. So again, reset those shoulders. Pull them down and back, down and back. Nice and firm.
3, 2, 1. Tricep press down.
Tricep press down. So again, shoulder blades set down and back as hard as you can. Then straighten those elbows. And if you're fighting against yourself, go as hard as you possibly can. Rip that towel apart. Rip the washcloth. Right? If you actually rip your washcloth, fantastic. That's what you're supposed to do. Sorry, you got to get a new one. Okay? But pull hard, hard, hard. As much as you can. Driving firm, firm, firm. Okay, almost there.
3,
Finish strong.
2, 1. Way to be rock star.
Very good work, everyone. Absolutely love you being in class and getting your workout on. Remember, please like, subscribe, and share. It really helps us out doing what we do here. Remember our friends here in prayer as we go. What did I forget? I forgot to mention the last one. Marcia's brother-in-law, so Daryl's brother, passed away. They had found out over the weekend, and Daryl just hadn't really known him or even spoken with him in over 20 years, and now he's kind of stuck with all the arrangements and stuff because his son even said, I want nothing to do with any of it. So it's just a tough situation, really hard to go through that, but then also Marcia would have to re-explain to me because I get confused in her steps, but what's his name? Here, let me jump to this screen. It's on there, I believe. Cheney, that's it. So Cheney has diabetes, and he's only 17 years old, and they had found him in diabetic coma this weekend as well. So they got him to the point, convinced him finally to get a continual glucose monitor so that way that doesn't happen again. So be praying for them. Just kind of a tough thing to have to go through. So other than that, have a fantastic day. Enjoy it. Go out, smile, make someone's day a better day just because you were involved in it, okay? Have a wonderful time. I will see you again tomorrow for our leg day. And yes, it will be me because Noah's in Florida. He went Thursday last week. So, well, I'll see you tomorrow for our leg day, and I am here to help you move well so you live well.
The back of the upper leg is known as the hamstring. The hamstring is essential for hip extension and upright posture. The hamstring is comprised of the biceps femoris, semitendinosus, and semimembranosus. All three of the hamstring muscles cross both hip and knee joints. If you have difficulty touching your toes while your legs are straight, it's likely your hamstrings are too tight. So let's take a look at how to loosen them. We're going to start on the floor with a foam roller underneath the legs. Roll your body forward onto the hamstrings. Remember, you can try different leg positions. While you press into the foam roller, you can use your hands to also pull the foam roller into your legs. To increase the pressure, press one knee over top of the other, allowing all of your pressure to go into the foam roller. During this time, you can also extend the knee, straightening the leg, and then relax. Remember, choose a point that's tender while you allow the foam roller to work into the muscle tissue. To finish the work on the back of the leg, you can quickly roll back and forth. Another way to work the hamstring is sitting in a chair with a massage stick. Simply pull the massage stick up into the back of the leg. Make sure the muscle relaxes. You can tell by how the massage stick works into the tissue. Loose tissue will allow the massage stick to move the bulk of the muscle. When using the massage stick, as you pull, finding a trigger point or part of the muscle tissue that is tender is likely. Remember to increase pressure in that spot and jostle the massage stick back and forth over top of the trigger point. Do not roll the massage stick during this technique. Let's look at an additional way to dig even deeper into the hamstring using a lacrosse ball. Sitting in a chair, align your body sideways so your entire hamstring is on the chair. Place the lacrosse ball under the hamstring. Using your hands, squeeze the bottom of the chair and the top of your leg at the same time. Extend the knee, then set the foot back down on the floor to create a contract-relax sequence. Choose a pressure that creates some pain in order to get the best results. After 7 to 10 repetitions in one spot, place the lacrosse ball in a new spot and perform 7 to 10 more repetitions extending the knee. You can also move the lacrosse ball further out towards the outside of the leg, working part of the IT band. Remember to select multiple parts of the hamstring, contracting and relaxing 7 to 10 times.